what are the next steps for Afghans who have been evacuated into the United States? My name's Erick Widman. I'm an immigration lawyer, and thousands of Afghan nationals have been evacuated out of Kabul, out of Afghanistan, and brought into the United States to escape retribution by the Taliban. These individuals have helped our troops, helped our country, and what are the next steps involved in ensuring that they have legal status here, that they're following the rules set out by the Immigration Service? The first thing to keep in mind is that if you're an Afghan, you'll be paroled into the United States. And that doesn't give you a formal immigration status, but it gives you a valid entry into the United States. So you're lawfully here. You've been paroled in. For those of you who have received humanitarian parole, and that process takes multiple steps, Form I-131, an affidavit of support from a supporter, then you'll have humanitarian parole stamped into your passport, and you're paroled in for a year or perhaps two, depending on what the Department of Homeland Security decides. But normally, someone is paroled for a year. But if you don't have humanitarian parole, then port parole is an option. And we suspect the vast majority of those quickly escaping Afghanistan have had not humanitarian parole already approved, but they're on an airplane, they're arriving at the border, and a CBP officer is instructed at the port to parole them in. So that's port parole. And in order to extend your parole status, if you received port parole, you have to go to a deferred inspection office and have your parole extended there. But after an Afghan or others who have been paroled into the United States have arrived here, Afghans in particular have a few specific options they definitely should pursue. And one is adjustment of status. That is getting a green card through a family member. So if a family member had already petitioned for you for an immigrant visa, for example, you could switch from consular processing over to adjustment of status within the United States. Another key option for parolees to pursue is asylum. So you could apply for asylum within that first year after you've arrived. And finally, Afghans especially should look at these SIVs, special immigrant visas, that are available to those who've assisted our troops and who have provided assistance to the government. There have been delays there, but politicians have been pledging to speed that process up. While you're waiting, you are able, as an Afghan parolee, to apply for a work permit. That's on Form I-765. You get an EAD, Employment Authorization Document, after you apply for work authorization. That should be arriving in several months after you've applied for it. Also, your kids are able to go to school. Public education is paid for. Grades K through 12, kindergarten through 12th grade. And hopefully, and my friends who work in refugee resettlement agencies, I'm very confident we're going to be rolling the red carpet out for you because you deserve it. Our country owes you a lot, and we want to make sure your transition here is very smooth. And it's going to be difficult, but there are many resources, there are many people that are so grateful and welcoming for what you provided to our country already, and we want to give you a great experience here and integrate you back into our society, into any society, but welcome you specifically to the United States. Let us know if you have any questions, and take care.